What's going on, guys? Jet Scott here, Scott Speed Shop. Still got that one rolling, at least I hope I do. It's kind of cold out, it snowed again. In fact, I could see my own breath, so I know it's kind of cold. But today, on the 273, little simple stuff. All the parts are cleaned up. I got a different water pump from a buddy. It's the bigger impeller version. I cleaned everything up with vinegar. I've done videos on in the past how to clean rust up. Got the time machine cover all cleaned up. Got a new seal. So we're going to get all this stuff bolted on. We're going to get the windows tray fitted properly because it's still not fitting quite right. Get the oil pan on it. I don't know. We'll see where we get to in this video. Hopefully, we'll get the tins on it and maybe get our first coat of paint on her. Oh, she's coming together real fast, guys. I hope you're enjoying. All right, guys. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just running trial and error. Hello. Trying to find the right bolts because I don't really want to use the original bolts. We like replacing them all. So I just got 2 bolts in here holding the water pump on the housing. And camera, cooperate. I'm just test fitting it on here, mocking it up, seeing what length is going to work, what length isn't going to work out of my bolt bin. I mean, like I have all the original bolts, like that bad boy. That's probably in pretty good shape. And that one goes right here. And it's about perfect length, perfect thread engagement. But I want a washer between the steel bolt and the aluminum. And that's what we got here, holding the water pump on with, let's hold this up here. Hold it on with that. Those 2 bottom bolts and that top one will be bolt washer and a lock washer like we do on everything. Just extra strong, extra holding it on. But we got to find a bolt for that hole, that hole, that hole, and that one. And they're all going to be really long, so I'm going to do that and see you guys in a sec. Alright, so before we get everything bolted together and gasketed, I wanted to show you that we got all of our bolts minus that little guy right there. I hate that one. I ain't got a single bolt that's the right length. Even when I had a grade 8 bolt, in fact, here it is, right here. I'm missing just a little bit in thread engagement, and I really want a flat washer. I could live without the lock washer, but even then with just the flat washer on there, I only had about yay much thread sticking out, which I'm not real cool with. So we got the original in that hole, but all the rest of them are really good. So we're going to get all this put together and then get her on the engine. Alright, so don't mind the space heater. We're going to get all this stuff put together. I got my gloves on, so you know it's time for silicone. Woohoo! Now we're going to get this silicone applied, and we're just going to put on a thin coat, which at least that was the plan. I channeled my inner dad, and well, we put on a little too much, but we remedied that. You just want to put a nice skim coat, just something will help the gasket seal. Alright, we're going to get this cover on here, this gasket. We're going to get rocking and rolling. Same thing applies here, just a light coat of silicone. You want to smear it, preferably with a glove, because you never want to try and get silicone out of the grooves of your fingers. Trust me, been there, done that. And here we're going to put a little silicone around the coolant ports, which at least that's what I thought originally, but I went ahead and smeared silicone along the whole gasket surface because you never want leaks. And I'm going to tell you what, fitting that time machine cover up there, especially with that cast iron water pump, was very heavy, very fiddly. So be careful if you're assembling your engine with the cast iron water pump. Sit back and enjoy. Alright guys, there she is. Bolted down. Nice and tippity-toppity tight. Silicone's all smeared, looks nice, looks professional-ish. Minus that. Now it looks professional. Perfect. Now all we gotta do is get that balancer put on there, find us some pulleys, which will suck, trust me. Pulleys, if your engine ain't got pulleys on it, don't buy it. Pulleys suck, but luckily I got a stash of them back there. Hopefully we can find them. Once the balancer's on, we'll flip this around and button up the bottom of it. Alright guys, so where we last left off was last night. We had all the silicone dry up real nice. Everything looks really nice up here. There ain't a whole lot of excess crap hanging out, saying hello. So what we're gonna do is get this balancer put on. We got everything real nice and oiled up. We got the seal back here, this weird foam thing that was on the early Hemi too. And what we're gonna do, we put our balancer on, is we don't want to beat it with a hammer, at least they say not to, so we're not going to this time. That's how we normally do it and don't have any issues. So when you normally have it, you have your big washer here and then you have your bolt. And you can pull it on, which is the right way, but this washer's too dang thick. So what I do is I grabbed a big old body washer, hogged out the hole, and that is going to give us enough thread engagement to pull it on with the impact. And we're going to pull it on real slow. We're not just going to jam it on. We want it to go on nice and easy. So let's get over there and get her done. All right, guys, let's get on the roll here. We got our impact attached. Let's turn the power down a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's get our balancer put on here. Correct way. Keyway's locked in. All right, that's in there. We need oil for the bolt. We forgot to get oil for the bolt. We're almost out of oil here for the cutting fluid. All right, now she's good. Just like that. See, that's how much thread engagement we're gonna get. So, we'll get that screwed on in there. All right. Let's slowly pull her on. Oh, there ain't enough juice there. Now it's on there. Pull that off. Oh, we crushed the washer a little bit. Let's go get our real washer. Oh, we did it. Well, she's in. Look at that. Bam. Oh, shit, look at that. Our timing mark lined up. Woo! That's pretty. This is definitely one of my favorite views of an engine, with the rockers moving up and down with the valves. Really cool mechanical shot. Alright, so I rotated the engine around for you just for a cool little view of the valves opening and closing. Ain't got no spark plugs in it, thank God. This thing would be hard to turn. We got our balancer on. Really nice. Nice fitment. It may have to go a little more, I don't know. I think it's on there all the way. Yeah, there ain't getting any closer. But we got our marks lined up here. We'll probably be pulling this bolt again just to put on a pulley, just to test fitment. We'll probably be putting blue Loctite on that bolt because we don't want any issues, but it should never come out. So the next thing is getting this baby flipped around and getting this bottom end all sealed up, because we gotta get that windage tray to fit. I'll see you in a sec. Alright, so now we're gonna get these windage tray bolts in. We finally got this thing to fit decently. It looks hideous. We had to beat the crap out of it to get it to fit, but it's on here now. So we're gonna get all these bolts installed. We're gonna be using same theory as our timing chain cover. Bolt, washer, lock washer, but we're also gonna put some blue Loctite because these are definitely bolts you do not want to rattle loose. So we're gonna get all these done. There's our bolt right there. One thing that I found very handy when assembling this windage tray, or at least installing it, was to put the bolts in a cross pattern. It helps prevent one side of the windage tray from getting pushed out too far. And of course the blue Loctite, definitely something you're going to want on internal engine parts. Alright, it's time to get this oil pan put on once and for all. I just got to get everything put on. My gloves, my silicone. my Barbie outfit. I mean, my Daisy. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Definitely one of my least favorite jobs on any small block Chrysler, Chevy, anything that uses a quote-unquote 4-piece oil pan gasket. You'll see. Let's try and get this oil pan off without messing anything up too bad. I got a feeling this ain't gonna go very well. Yep, bad feeling already. Yep, that sucks. For anybody curious what happened, one of the rubber seals for the oil pan pooched out on me, so I had to fix that, of course, once the silicone was already setting up. And now we're just going to get our bolts put in here. We're just going to get them snug for now. We're going to let the silicone set up so that way it can seal. We now have Dad here to supervise everything to make sure everything goes just perfect. AKA he just got home from work, so we're getting all the silicone cleaned up and show you guys some more here in a sec. Well, there she is, guys. Oil pan is just loosely on there. It's not real tight. We're gonna let the silicone set up a little bit so we don't pooch out the gasket. If we don't like leaks, leaks ain't good. Dad's filling up space heater. He just got home, so we can keep this place nice and warm because it started snowing again. Yep, more snow. But come out here tomorrow, get the oil pan retightened down real nice, and we should be good to go. Before we decided to close out this little section, Dad and I just wanted to say something to the world. And it's, don't be the piece of trash who robs pulleys off engines. That's a whole different kind of low. And they're stealing pulleys off engines, making it a pain in the butt for the next guy to have to line up pulleys. What a pain in the butt. Don't you agree, Dad?
That's why I always keep an eye out for pulleys at the swap meets.
Yeah, that's a early Hemi pulley that a buddy gave to me. And I really didn't want to use a single crank groove pulley because those are worth quite a bit of money for Hemi cars and Max Wedge cars. And just so lucky had that one, which this one needs to be shimmed out, but holder wallered out, but we'll get around that. Kind of sucks. I was going to use that pulley on my big Hemi, but as it turns out, it's got a smaller pattern, so it's for a small blocker and early Hemi. What a pain in the butt. Alright guys, we're gonna get this block all prepped up, and by that I mean we're gonna scuff the entire block heads with a red Scotch-Brite, then tape off everything we don't want painted, and then get her painted. Space heater's been running, getting it nice and warm in here, toasty. So let's get to work. The key to prepping anything for paint is obviously got to start with something to scuff the paint with, scuff the material with. So I got a red Scotch-Brite here, a brand new one. And we're just going to go around and scuff every piece that we've already epoxied, including the heads, which have no paint on them. Of course, not the aluminum intake, because you do not paint aluminum, you do not paint chrome. There are just some things you just don't paint. So yeah, we got that off. And after we get done scuffing everything up, we're going to douse with brake clean, wipe it all down a couple different times, blow it out, brake clean, blow it off, and just make sure it's perfectly clean. Just be smiling and give me a thumbs up. Time to paint. Tossed around the idea of painting this engine gold or industrial red. Well, we're going to make this engine look more factory stock, so we chose red. With paint, you want to put a light dust coating and then another coating, and then you do a final heavy coat. And this engine we did put a clear coat on because we want it to stay nice and pretty. What's up, Billy? On camera, Billy. I just remembered the camera's still rolling. Quick, put your makeup on. Yeah, Billy, I left all that in just for you, man. All right, guys, paint is done. We even got clear coat on this son of a gun. Because there's one thing I always hate is when an engine dulls out. So we clear coat it with ceramic clear coat. And I can't be in here very long because it is full of paint fumes. And once again, I forgot to get a mask. But everything's all covered up. Got the original 4-barrel intake on it to cover the valley. Got the valve covers on it. So there she is. Shiny, 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 shiny. We didn't mask off the rear freeze plug, which is why you don't see the damn things, but every other freeze plug we masked off because we want those to stand out. I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Once we get the Super Commando valve covers, she'll be pretty much ready to rock and roll. Hope you guys dig her. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Jet Scott out. Okay, before we go, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, because right now I'm suffering in here, and I know I'm a dumbass, but please, at least like and comment. You don't have to subscribe to the video or to my channel, but at least leave a like and comment, because that would mean the world to me and make the suffering I'm enduring right now to say this so much better. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.